let's see. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on recently. I've just been having, I've been under just too much stress. Um, I've been, just trying to figure out a way how to move out or how to grow the channel and improve my art skills at the same time. I at least got two main things going on that I'm working on, which is art and streaming. And usually when I'm not with art being a little bit more of a priority right now, um, just because it would probably be easier to be successful as an artist as opposed to being a streamer. And like I said before, I want to be like a digital freelance artist. I don't really know what kind of style I would go for, but I do have plenty of styles that I am interested in. And style kind of comes after years of just drawing and figuring out what you like to do, and it's just something that happens after so many hours of drawing. So it'll eventually come to me, but um, it's been wanting me to go to college, or it's been making me think about wanting to go to college. The problem is that I won't have any money. I already don't have any money. I just don't know how I would be able to afford college. Like, I might be able to, like, do some sort of program. I know there's plenty of financial advisors. I just don't have any information when it comes to anything financial about college. So I know I would end up in debt. My parents are definitely not in agreement with making that decision, so I would have to do it behind their back, just like everything I do. Um, so that's gonna make going to college extremely difficult. Is living here, but I don't have a choice. I'm at a point now where I'm desperate for something to change and something to happen. And I've been just grinding for way too long and nothing's really happened. I'm ready to just make a decision and see what I can do to get into college for art. I'll be doing like a liberal arts, so I'll be doing a college that's not dedicated to art, like an art college or like a college of the arts, because I would have to. None of them are close by. I would have to like move to New York City. I would have to like somehow afford dorms in New York City, because I think that would be like the closest actually like legit art college. Which I do, I live in New York, but that's hella far away and super expensive, and it would actually just be cheaper to stay here and go to the local university, which will give me like a little bit more of a broad education instead of a hyper focused art education. So I'll just have to use that to my advantage, even though I know exactly what I want to go to college for now. It would be more beneficial for me to go to like a dedicated art college than it would be to go to like a regular one. But I don't really have that choice. My options are very limited, and they've always have been limited. So I'm just gonna do the best with what I got, and I think I'm ready to make a decision here. And my decision, I think, would be, to just make something happen here. I don't really have a lot of life experience outside of just grinding and not having a good time. That's pretty much my life experience summed up in a quick sentence. Just a lot of years of suffering and trying my hardest to survive. and constant stress and just an overall miserable time. So if I were to go to college in art, graduate with some sort of art degree, that would make me very, very happy. That would at least make me feel like something's going right. But living here is gonna make the experience extremely difficult. You know, I don't want to be sitting here studying for something, hearing my parents argue in the background like they always do. It's already hard enough putting myself essentially through education like I have for the past couple of years. I've been being my own teacher and teaching myself art and a few other things that I kind of end up dropping. I still have like the desire to learn math just because I suck at math and I just wanted to get better at it. It was definitely like my weakest academic skill is math. It's like the hardest subject for me when it comes to anything you can pretty much learn. So I always wanted to get better at that. I always wanted to learn how to program, but that's because I have a genuine interest in programming. So that's where the benefit of going to a non-art dedicated university is that I will have a broader range of subjects that I can potentially learn a lot from. Because the college experience is all about how much you can gain from it. It's never a guarantee, especially with art. It's not like going into STEM or becoming a lawyer, where like once you get your degree, all you need to do is like apply for a position and you'll pretty much get it. That's not really art. Art is like a lot more complicated. And it's not guaranteed, and it has a higher dropout rate than most academic pursuits. Just because of just the uncertainty of it all. Everybody's career in art is completely different. Everybody's got their own different story of how they got to where they were today. You can ask like 10 illustrators and they'll all have a different story. It's kind of like something you gotta figure out on your own and roll with the punches and do the best with what you got. So that's what I'll be doing if I end up going to that university that I want to go to. I'll at least be able to pick subjects that I am interested in. So if I do end up doing something like computer science, that would be good because I have an interest in that. And I think I'm going in at a good age, where I'm developed now as a human being and an adult. I have plenty of interests, and I know how to handle myself, you know. I just don't have any money. That's gonna be the biggest issue, is art programs is not cheap. You're gonna end up having to buy. Pretty much most programs are, you know. Not in. This isn't including tuition. This is including all the individual stuff you gotta buy for like your classes and whatnot. Like a lot of art, they're gonna end up. I'm gonna have to buy like plenty of art materials that are gonna cost a lot of money, and if that comes out of my pocket, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to afford that. And if I can't do that, then I won't be able to do the class. So I suppose that'll be a bridge I'll have to cross when it comes time to it. And I shouldn't just worry about that now. I should just worry about how I'm going to get my foot in the door and give them a call and see what kind of prerequisites I would need in order to even apply. For one, I would probably need a portfolio of some sort to prove that I can at least understand the fundamentals. of drawing and whatnot. And yeah, just do more research into how I want to go about this. And like I said, I already know what I'm interested in, so I don't think finding out what I want to do is going to be very difficult. That'll be pretty easy. That'll be the easy part. It's just going to be a lot of work. Obviously, college normally is. You know, you're not really there to... You're there to soak up as much knowledge as you can and try to get through it all and use it to your benefit the most. I think going to college, thinking it's going to be like high school and you can hang out with your friends and party all the time and socialize, focusing more on like the social aspect, you're not going to be utilizing college the correct way. It is a opportunity to learn from a more professional environment. And that's the key word there, is to learn. And just use it to your benefit as much as you can. So, I'm in a good position to be able to do that. Again, like, I'm just really, really worried about how the hell I'm going to be able to pay for it. Or, I don't know. It's difficult. I wanted to move out before I did any of this, but I'm at a point now where something needs to happen. I need something good to happen. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go insane. I'm very desperate for some sort of change. So, I'm about ready to make the decision once I've done a little bit more research. Don't think I'll be able to do anything until next year, though. I think in August is when you apply, or at least before August, 'cause that's when they start classes. I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to slip into a semester in the winter or spring. I don't know how it all works. At least for like a prerequisite, like community college, before I actually start. Before I'm ready to apply for the university. That's gonna be like a couple of years out from now. Usually, you know, that's how it works. You gotta do like your prerequisite college first before you actually apply for the university. And I thought about other options, like other colleges and other universities, but they're all just... It just comes down to money and location. One, I don't think I would be able to really handle the payment of doing an out-of-town college, like living in dorms somewhere else. Because two main reasons is like paying for all that is going to be like super fucking expensive. And two is that I'm not sure if I'll be able to actually do the work that I want to do. If I lived in a dorm, I'm expecting hotel internet, which is not enough to be doing what I want to do. That's not enough to stream or, you know, any of that, upload videos and whatnot. That's just not enough. So I don't think a dorm would be a great option for that. It would be only like a place for me to stay and do my college work. Whereas here, at least the university's like 25 minutes away. 20 minutes away. It's a drivable distance. So there's that. That's pretty much the main reason why I can only go to this place. Anything else outside of town would just be too much. Because I already got enough going on anyway. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I'm gonna do a little bit more research and then see if it's worth it. Because this kind of just popped up last week. because I started doing deliveries again to the college because classes are back in session. And it got me really thinking. I'm like, nothing's really happening here, and I'm trying my best to make things happen. But I need something to actually physically change. So it's definitely gonna be a commitment, and I think I'm like a little bit late in my life to be doing a commitment like that. I know you can go to college at like any age, but honestly, it becomes harder the older you get because of the time commitment alone. It's just a lot, and the older you are, the more likely you're gonna have things going on already. Like, I already don't have enough time to do anything, so because like art and trying to do content creation takes up all my time. So when I go to college, that'll end up being 100% of my time, which is fine because I don't really have a social life. I don't really have any friends to hang out with, so at least I guess that's like the benefit of being an introvert, is that you got a little bit more time to yourself. Kind of. It really just depends on where you live. But I am aware, like, what do you call it? Of the position that I'm in. Still, like, living with my parents. I know that's gonna make my time at college very, very difficult. Because it's extremely stressful living here. But like I said, I'm ready for something to physically change, something big to happen. This was the year I was supposed to move out, so if I can't have that, I wanted to move out by the end of summer, and it's pretty much the end of summer. I don't know when the official end of summer is, but I consider like September 1st to be the end of summer, and the beginning of fall. And that didn't happen. And I can't argue with that. I kind of expected it. But I did learn that things are a little bit cheaper at the other time of the year. When it comes to like renting places and moving out, it's going to be the most expensive during the warmer months. Simply because everybody's moving out at that time, and renters and apartment complex owners, all landlords, they all want to capitalize on that, so they raise prices a little bit because demand is high. So when demand goes down during the colder months, the price goes down a little bit. But again, I just don't have the money to move out, and maybe going to college would help get the skills I need to start making money as an artist, at least. I've got two big baskets, being an artist and being a content creator, but they're kind of one side of the same coin. Since I want to be like a digital artist, it kind of falls along the line of some form of content creator anyway. So they kind of go hand in hand. At least I don't have all my baskets in one egg. Wherever the fuck the saying goes, have all my eggs in one basket. It's just because I've got like a good number of interests now. So if one thing fails, I've always got other things that I'm interested in that I want to pursue. So we'll see what happens. That's the whole college debate there. I'm just gonna do like a little bit more research, and then start making some phone calls here and getting some information and seeing what it'll take to make it happen. I pray that I am able to even do it in the first place. It all depends on money. That's all it really depends on. I could spend plenty of time practicing art, but if I don't even have the money to get into the college in the first place, then I'm shit out of luck. Not completely though. At least art is something that you can teach yourself. But I just want to have the experience and broaden my horizons academically to give myself the best chance here. And to just give myself some life experience. College is something I've thought about since high school. I always wanted to go into college, but when I was graduating high school, I knew I wasn't ready for it. Because one, I didn't even have any real interest in college, so I didn't really have anything to go to college for. I would just be going just because everybody goes, and I knew that wasn't a good idea, so I never did. So I kind of dropped that idea for the longest time, and I ended up trying to go into the Marine Corps, but that didn't really work out. Because again, I was going into the Marine Corps for the wrong reasons, and I didn't really have a real interest in going into the military. I just wanted to kind of live my life and find out where I'll end up and see what I actually want to do. Because, it just didn't feel right. My intuitive sense was like, this isn't what you're meant to do. So I ended up opting out of the Marine Corps and stopped pursuing that and just went into labor, just work. Pretty much straight out of high school. And I did that until I realized that this is what I was not meant to do. Even though I knew it wasn't what I was meant to do in the first place. It was just it was just a way to get money. To keep money going, and it didn't work out. I knew that this wasn't meant for me, and I was just spending the whole time trying to find out what I want to do and where I'm supposed to go. And now, I still don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't think anybody ever will. But I certainly know where I want to go. What I feel is right. So, I want to pursue art and content creation. And my circumstances recently have been severely damaging my ability to continue doing content creation here. So I don't have really much else to say about it other than that it's been extremely difficult. It's been long and hard and not fun. And I'm ready for things to turn around. So, on that note, I suppose that'll be it for the stream tonight. I feel like I've got a little bit more to say. I think it was last week or the other week, I had some very bad depression and whatnot, because I've been doing deliveries so much, and doing DoorDash or Uber Eats for so long now, and having no money has been very, it brought me down to a very dark place, and I kind of gave up for like a week there, and thank God, my girlfriend really cares about me, and she's just trying everything to bring my mood back up. And I don't know exactly what snapped me out of it, but Maybe it was my art and her. She's basically like my therapist. Not everybody needs a therapist, but we all need therapy, is the saying that I heard recently. We all need somebody to talk to, but we all don't need a therapist. That we don't need that to be a therapist. So I'm glad I'm able to talk to these things about with her. If not, then I would probably be clinically insane at this point. Because I've had a good number of breakdowns in the past couple of weeks. Like, actual breakdowns where I go out in my car and I pull over and I just have to scream. It's been that bad where I'm just like screaming at the top of my lungs and destroying my vocal cords for a couple of days. The stress has been like at an 11 between, dealing with toxic parents and trying to be successful as a human being. It's just, it's too much. If I was, out on my own, all I wish right now is to be away from my parents in my own place, financially stable, so that I can focus on everything else without having to worry about that. That's like the biggest thing that's taken me down. Because I don't know if I'm always wondering, I'm always like scraping by on money to like barely be able to afford gas, to barely continue delivering. And last week I had an incident where it went negative on my bank account because of something that overcharged me. And that wasn't good because the bank does a $28 overcharge fee if you go in the negative and then make a purchase. It'll charge you $28, and I was like stuck in a loop because every time I made enough money to like go positive, I would have to spend that on gas or something, and then that would put me back in the negative because then that $28 fee would go off. So I went to the bank and got it sorted out. They gave me a little bit of my money back, enough to get gas and do deliveries. But that's how it's been for way too fucking long. Like, I'm scraping by. I'm literally counting quarters. I literally put in my piggy bank money last week. I brought that to the bank and got whatever money I could out of my childhood piggy bank. And after paying car insurance and necessities, that's all gone already. It's just impossible to keep up with everything. Living is just way too expensive, and it's really destroying me. I really hope something changes about that, and I don't think it will. I just think America's just too incompetent when it comes to that sort of stuff. Things are too complicated, things are too political, everything is all woke. We're all so scattered and self-destructive that we can't get anything done anymore. So we're all kind of just left to fend for ourselves. So making that decision to go to college is it's really like more of a necessity at this point. So I really hope things turn around here in the future, and I'm able to actually give some good news for once. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me tonight, I guess. Thank you guys for watching, and I really appreciate it. I really need the support. I'll take what I can get, whether it be one view on my VOD or just anything. Even having just one viewer would be better than nothing. So, thank you if you end up watching this. I really appreciate it. I'm going through a lot right now, and I wouldn't mind having some support. So, I'll catch you guys on the flip side, and maybe I'll have some good news by the end of the year. We'll see. I'm determined to do whatever it takes, though. Alright. Take it easy, and bye-bye.